I felt the need for a focus of the third eye. So you'll see some things, I'll keep directing you back to the third eye, which is your connection with your higher self. So this is your connection with your higher self, has all the information from everything you've experienced in this lifetime, as well as in past lifetimes. And it can provide you with beautiful guidance to help you to make decisions that will be most in alignment with your soul for your highest and greatest good. So we're going to start on the mat, and we are going to start in child's pose. The mat, forehead touching the mat, reaching those fingertips forward, gently pushing your heart towards the mat. And start by breathing in and out through the nose. So your third eye is located on your forehead, and the energy vibrates the color indigo, which is a beautiful purpley blue. And you can picture that on the mat, opening and opening. And this is opening one of your psychic connections. We all have psychic abilities, and this particular connection is very important to each of us as it guides us along our journey of self-discovery. At this time, if you haven't done so yet, you can set an intention for this practice. You can set an intention for the remainder of the day. If Ujjayi breath is part of your practice, you can activate that now. And every breath out, you slightly constrict the back of your throat, sounding like the waves of the ocean. Now we're going to walk our arms or our hands over to the right. You might even lift up your forehead a bit, moving it over to the right side of your mat. And now you can feel a nice long stretch up the left side body. Use your body to move yourself in a way that feels best to really get a nice stretch. Breathing in and breathing out, and using your breath to open up your body further. And in your own time, let's move our hands to the other side of the mat. You can lift up your forehead and bring it to the left side. You can even place your hands on top of one another if that feels good for you to accentuate the stretch. And let's walk our hands back to center. You can slowly lift your bum up, placing your weight on your hands, bringing your knees shoulder width apart. And let's reach forward into puppy pose. So keeping your bum high, bringing your heart down towards the mat. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can bring your chin to the mat or simply keep your forehead on the mat. And come on up. We're going to lower ourselves down onto our bellies now. So slowly come down to your belly. You can bring your forehead to the mat and reach your arms to your sides, so back towards your sides, reaching for those legs. Keeping our forehead on the mat, let's lift our legs up off of the ground. So feel your lower back engaged, and you can also bring attention to that third eye that's not only grounded, but connected to source, connected to the information that helps to guide you. If you like, you can now bring your chest up off the mat, and you can have your legs up off the mat at the same time. If you'd like to lower one and just have one half of your body raised, that's totally fine. So just listen to your body and what you need today. And then let's slowly lower back down, forehead down to the mat, dropping your feet. Okay, lift your chest up off the mat. You can bring your arms into a cactus position or a goalpost position. Breathe in, lift your heart up a little bit more. Breathe out, reach your arms forward, lowering your chest slightly, but not all the way to the mat. Breathe in, let's go back to cactus position as we raise our heart up a little bit more. Breathe out, let's reach your arms forward, lowering down a little bit. If you'd like, you can join your legs in. So breathe in, raise your legs, and you can open them up into a V. Breathe out as you reach your arms forward and close your legs. But if you can keep them lifted. Breathe in, open up your legs, raise your heart up off the ground. Breathe out, legs come together, reaching forward. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in, peel that heart up, open up those legs. Breathe out, reach forward, close the legs, and then bring yourself down to crocodile. So opposite elbows, or elbows are at opposite edges of the mat. Hands are stacked on top of one another, and lowering your forehead onto your hands. Allow your lower back to just relax. You can send some breath, some love-filled breath to that lower back. And as you breathe out, feel the muscles relaxing. Let's bring our hands close to our chest. Tuck those toes under. Now, if you like, you can simply go onto your knees and then make your way to downward dog or push up to plank and then to downward dog. Legs, feet can be shoulder width apart. You can pedal out your feet, taking turns, pushing one heel down, then the other. Pushing your heart towards your thighs. Bend both knees, push your heart closer to your thighs, and then together push your heels down, keeping your heart nice and close. Feel your back muscles engaged. Suck in the belly, so make sure that core is activated. So you're gently pulling it in. Let's breathe in as we lift the right leg up. Breathe out as we bend the leg and open up the hip. So you're stacking the hips on top of one another. Feel the nice hip opening stretch. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Level out your hips, straighten your leg. So we're in three-legged dog. Breathe in, raise that leg a little higher. Breathe out, bring the knee towards your third eye and hold. Breathe in, lift that leg up, three-legged dog. Breathe out, let's bring that leg all the way forward, plant it. And we're gonna come to high lunge, also known as crescent lunge. This can be tricky for balance. I know I will be wobbling, and this is something that I'm practicing myself with my balance. Just slowly make your way up. You can either have your hands on your hips or raise your arms up. If you want, you can also look up at the ceiling or up towards your hands, whatever's working best for you. For me, looking forward is plenty for my own balance. Breathe in, elongate the spine. Breathe out, let's open up the heart to the right as we're opening up our arms to the right. Breathe in, arms come up, looking forward again. Breathe out, let's drop the left arm down. Right arm comes up, a nice gentle heart opening twist to the right. Drop that right arm down to frame the foot. Let's drop the left knee down. Low lunge. Hands can be either on the floor or on that bent leg that's in front. Gently pushing forward so you feel that hip flexor stretch on the left leg. So really enjoy that stretch. Let's drop the hands down. Walk that foot, that front foot forward to a straight leg or straightish leg, and let's flex that foot. The back toes can either stay curled under or flatten that foot. So let's try to straighten our back as much as we can. Let's try to elongate the spine, straighten the back, open up your heart, and bring your belly towards your thigh. Your head does not need to come close to your leg at all. So belly close to thigh. You can move your hands as you need to and use your breath to come a little bit closer, but always listening to your body. You can bend that front knee as much as you need to. Nice. Let's take that front leg and bring it to the opposite side of the mat. Bringing the knee down towards the mat. So we're coming into pigeon or swan pose. Now, the leg that is bent, this foot, you can bring as close to your groin as you need to. Some of you might be able to have your leg horizontal right across the mat. Listen to your body. Protect your knee by flexing that right foot. You can either stay up on your fingertips as you're pushing your heart forward. Your back leg is straight behind and the top of your foot is pressing down into the mat. So you can either stay here or you can come down onto your forearms. You can keep your heart or your spine long and your heart open. Or you can even bring your arms down across the mat and put your forehead on your forearms or right onto the mat. So listen to your body as to how low it feels comfortable for you to go. Enjoy this hip flexor stretch. If you have blocks or a pillow, you can also put a pillow under that right hip, and that can allow you or give you the focus to sink into that right hip, going a little bit deeper into the stretch. Use your breath. And let's slowly come back up onto your hands. Tuck those back toes under. Bring that right leg behind you. And if you want, you can roll that hip. You can straighten and bend the leg, whatever you need to, whatever you want to get that leg moving really nicely. And then come back to downward dog. Pushing your heart towards your thighs, tucking in that belly, strong core. Breathe in. Let's lift the left leg up. Let's open up the hip, bend the knee, stack the hips. Let's now straighten the leg, realign the hips. Breathe in, lift that leg up a little higher. Breathe out, bring your knee towards your third eye and hold. Breathe out as we lift that leg all the way up to the three-legged dog again. And then let's bring that leg all the way forward, plant it between your hands, set yourself up for high lunge. Make your way up. Choose the arms that feel best for you. You can have your hands on your hips or reaching up towards the ceiling. You can have your arms out to the sides for extra balance. If you want, you can drop that back knee to provide yourself with more stability. Breathe in, elongate and reach. Breathe out, open up your heart and your arms out to the sides. So we're twisting to the left, detoxifying our organs in this beautiful twist. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, drop the right arm down, and then open up the heart again to the left. Let's bring that left arm down, frame the foot, drop that back knee, and come into a low lunge. You can bring your hands onto your thigh, gently pushing forward so you feel a nice stretch in the right hip flexor. You can bring your hands down, walk that foot forward, straighten that leg, flex that foot, the left foot. Bring your belly down towards your thigh. So you can bend that front knee as much as you need to. The aim is to bring your belly towards your thigh. Try to have a straight back, so aim for a straight back. Think about elongating your spine, pushing your heart forward. Okay, let's bend that front leg. Bring it over to the opposite side of your mat. Drop your knee down. You can bring that left foot as close to your groin as you would like, as it feels best for you. That back leg is going straight back. Top of the foot is pushing down. Just have to get a message. A message came up on my computer. So we're going into Swan. It's also called Pigeon. So you're flexing that left foot to offer extra protection to your knee. You can either stay up on your fingertips as you're pushing your heart forward, or you can come down to your forearms, or even right down to the mat. You can place your head on top of your forearms or right on the mat. You can even place a block or a pillow under this left hip. Use your breath to open up that hip. We tend to hold emotions in our hips, and this pose might cause a bit of discomfort, just as long as it's not pain. If you ever experience pain in yoga, back right off. But sometimes this can bring up discomfort, and that you're working through opening your hips, releasing emotions, energy that's associated with the emotions and patterns. You can feel your third eye wherever it is right now, either in space or on your mat or on your forearms. And picture that spinning wheel of indigo energy, opening and opening. All right, you can come back up onto your hands. Tuck those back toes. Bring that left leg back and do what you need to do to get things feeling good and moving and shaking and circulating again. Can do hip rolls or gentle kicks, opening and closing your leg. And then back to downward dog when you're ready. And let's go through a vinyasa of your choice. So you can either go down to your belly to cobra or chaturanga dadasana to upward facing dog. And then make your way to downward dog. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop towards the top of the mat, and fold, bringing your belly nice and close to your thighs. Grab on to opposite elbows and allow your head and neck to hang. All tension that can build up in your neck and your shoulders, give it permission to release. Can even add a gentle rock if you like. You can bring your arms over to the left as your legs are bent. And then you can bring your arms over to the right. Back to center. Dropping your hands down to the mat. Breathe in as we come up to a halfway lift, flat back. Breathe out and fold. Breathe in, let's come all the way up, scooping amazing positive energy all the way up. Breathe out, bring our hands to our hearts. Let's take a moment and bring our thumbs to our third eye. Picture that spinning wheel of indigo energy, connecting in with your higher self. Be conscious of any thoughts that might pop into your head during this practice. Acknowledge that they could be beautiful messages to help guide you along your journey. May you have kind thoughts and intentions throughout this practice and throughout the rest of your day. Let's breathe in as we raise our arms up. Breathe out as we fold over. Well, let's hinge at the hips. Swan dive down. Bend your knees slightly and fold right down towards our thighs. Breathe in, halfway lift to a flat back, and breathe out and fold. Plant your hands, step back or hop back into plank. Your choice of vinyasa. So you can go to your knees, to your belly, to cobra, or breathe in forward on your toes, halfway down, upward facing dog, or you're in cobra, and downward dog. Let's breathe in and raise our right leg up. Breathe out. Let's bring our knee to our nose or even our third eye. Breathe in, lift that leg up. Breathe out. Let's bring that leg forward between our hands. Set yourself up for warrior two. So you can windmill the hands up. Our back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Your right arm and your left arm are reaching in opposite directions. Our front leg is at a 90-degree angle. Take a peek down, make sure you can see your big toe. Your knee should be covering up the second, third, and fourth toe. That's kind of where that knee is aiming. Feel the power in your warrior two stance. Feel your feet firmly planted on the ground. Engage your belly. So bring that in, nice and tight. Let's go to reverse warrior. So drop that back arm down. It can touch anywhere along your leg or wrap it around your thigh or even bring it behind your back and hook it into the crevice of the opposite leg. Coming a little bit lower in that front leg. And then let's come into side angle, bringing our right arm down towards our thigh. That left arm can come around and reach up. So you have a nice long line of energy from your back toes all the way to your fingertips. If you like, you can come deeper in this pose by dropping that right arm down your leg, and you can have your hand on either a block or on the mat. Let's breathe in, windmill the hands up, back to warrior two, or reverse warrior, I mean. Then let's windmill the hands down. Plant your hands, plank pose, your choice of vinyasa here. We'll meet in downward dog. At any time, you can take a break in child's pose. You can always go at your own pace with all of these poses and the transitions. Let's breathe in as we lift the left leg up. Breathe out as we bring the knee towards the third eye. Okay, breathe in. Let's lift that left leg up. Breathe out. Let's bring that leg forward. Plant it between your hands. Set yourself up for warrior two. Windmill the arms up. Find your stance. Back foot, approximately 45-degree angle, reaching with your right and your left arms. Take a peek down. Make sure you can see your big toe on your left foot. Four corners of your feet are firmly planted on the mat. And let's go into reverse warrior. Your choice of that back arm. You might have it just resting on your leg, wrapping around your thigh, or reaching around your back into the crevice of your opposite thigh. From here, let's go into side angle. Long line of energy from the back toes all the way to your fingertips. You can either stay here in this version of side angle, or you can go deeper, bringing your hand down to a block or to the mat. Let's come back up. Whoa, losing my balance there, people. Let's make our way back to reverse warrior. Windmill the hands down, plank pose, your choice of vinyasa. Nice. Feel free to go to child's pose if you want to give yourself a break. From here, we're going to try a little bit of an undulating plank. Feel free to go onto your forearms if you like. So I'll show you from this version first. So the center of your back, or actually the center of your upper back. So it's really the back of your heart chakra is going to lead the way. So you're going to breathe in, and the center of your heart chakra is going to come forward. You go forward onto your toes, and then you can drop your belly down to a version of upward facing dog where your toes are still tucked under. And then we reverse that. Belly starts coming up, back starts to round, and the back of your heart slowly starts to push back towards your feet, and your heels push down into downward dog again. So we're going to continue to do that. If that's too much on your wrists, you can come down to a forearm plank, and you can simply push. You can still push with the back of your heart, and then your bum goes up. So you're going to a version of dolphin. You don't have to have your feet close. You can still keep them at the back of the mat. And then we switch back over to forearm plank with your back nice and straight and long and tight. Okay, so just going from a version of dolphin to forearm plank. So you choose the version that feels best for you. Keep on moving through it like a beautiful wave. And as we go through life, we want to make decisions with our hearts leading the way. And I think this is a beautiful physical analogy of this. Let's move forward, listening to our heart. Does it make our heart sing? Sometimes it might still be scary, but a scary excitement can bring us to a whole new level of really tuning in and listening to ourselves. I'm going to do one more wherever you're at. Meet in downward dog. All right, let's breathe in and lift the right leg up. Breathe out, bring the knee towards the third eye. Knee, right leg up to three-legged dog. This time bring the leg, plant it between your hands or closer to that right hand. Set yourself up for warrior two. Nice. Okay, let's go to reverse warrior. Let's straighten our front leg. Feel that nice long stretch up the side body. Now, you can either keep your legs the distance they are apart, or for triangle, you can shorten your stance. Bring your arms out towards the sides. push your hip back as you reach forward with that right arm. Come on down. Hand can, wherever it lands, you can keep it just on the shin wherever it is, or you can make your hand slide all the way down to either a block or right down to the mat or to your foot. That left arm is going straight up. And if it feels nice on your neck, you can look up at that thumb. Think about pulling that belly in, so engaging your core. And then we're gonna try to push ourselves, practice some of that balance. You can either stay here in triangle, or with me, you can try a half moon. You can use a block if you like. It can absolutely be very helpful using a block. I'll actually bring one over here, just in case you haven't done half moon before. So you can either have the block with its tall edge up, or smaller edge up, or it could even be flat on the ground. Okay, so whatever feels best for you. And you're gonna reach that block forward. It's gonna be about 12 inches from your foot. And you're gonna bring that back leg a little bit closer to the right, and then you lift that up. Your arm is still reaching up, your hips are stacked. If you like, you can even look up at that left hand. And you might wobble. I know I'm wobbling, my leg is shaking, and that's okay. Your stabilizers are activated. And then to get back, we're gonna bend that front knee slightly and as gracefully as you can. Here, make your way back to warrior two. And you might have to adjust your leg stance. And then let's go into side angle. The version that you'd like, either your forearm on your thigh, or hand down on a block, or on the mat. And then make your way back to reverse warrior. And then let's windmill the hands down, plank pose, your choice of vinyasa here. And we'll meet in downward dog. Okay, let's breathe in and lift that left leg up. Breathe out, knee towards the third eye. Breathe in, lift that leg up. Breathe out, let's plant it between your hands. Set yourself up for warrior two. Windmill the hands. Find your stance, find your power. Reverse warrior. Let's straighten that left leg. Feel that nice long stretch up the side body. Now we'll be going to triangle pose. So if you like, you can shorten your stance. I'm bringing my arms to the sides. I'm shortening my stance, sticking that hip out, reaching forward with that left arm, and then tick-tock, we're coming down. Right arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Left arm can either stay somewhere on the shin or reach down for a block or to the mat. You're trying to keep a nice long spine. Think long as you're still tucking in your belly. If it feels good, you can look up at that thumb up in the sky. From here, we can go to half moon. So if you want, you can use your block, whatever position feels good for you. That block or your hand is going approximately 12 inches to in front and a little bit to the left of the foot. Your back foot comes closer. And then you lift that back leg up, Oops, if you fall out of it, it's okay. You just get back in. Reach that left leg back. Reach that right arm all the way up. You can have your foot flexed or your toes pointed. You can see which works best for you today. Your hips are stacked in this position. And then we're going to make our way back to Warrior Two. You can bend your leg, make your way back, adjust your legs as needed. Let's go to Reverse Warrior. Someone's calling me. Okay, you're going to windmill the hands down to plank pose. And then your choice of vinyasa. And meet in downward dog. Okay. Bend your knees, look forward. We're going to come to a seated position, so you can walk your feet forward, come on down. Okay, let's have our legs straight in front of us. You can have a bend in your knees as much as you need to. Reach up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, hinge at the hips. Bring your arms down to the ground. You're aiming to have a straight back, though you very well could still have a bit of rounding in there, right? But you're just aiming, you think about having a straight back, opening up your heart. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to. You're aiming to bring your belly towards your thighs. Use your breath to get a little bit closer to your thighs. Okay, come on back up. Let's bend our right leg and bring it in towards our left thigh. So the pads of our foot is in the inside of the left thigh. Right knee is going out to the side. Breathe in, raise your arms up, and then slightly tilt yourself to that straight leg and come on down. So hinging at the hips, keeping your heart open. Use your breath to get a little bit deeper. Good, and come on up. Let's switch legs. So let's straighten that right leg. Bring the left foot towards the inner thigh. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out as we tilt towards that straightened leg and slowly come down. Hinging at the hips, you might find that one side is a little tighter than the other side. let's come on back up. So let's go into cobbler's pose or butterfly pose. So let's bring our feet together. You can have your hands on your ankles or hold your feet open as if you're opening up a book. Okay, Chewy, have a seat. Come on. Lie down, down, down. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, you can hold your feet as if you're opening a book or have your hands on your toes. You can take time to warm them up, or your hands on your ankles, or even just reaching forward. So you're aiming to bring your belly close towards your feet. You might not feel you're very close at all, and that's totally fine. You're just aiming to bring your belly towards your feet or your heart towards your feet. You're gently pushing your thighs open. And then let's bring our legs into a cross-legged position. Bring your hands into a prayer position. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. You can picture that spinning wheel of indigo energy. And with your mind's eye, you can picture it opening and opening. You can even slowly raise your chin up if that feels good for you today. Chin up towards the sky. And then let's slowly bring our hearts down towards the floor. I'm going to reach my arms forward on the ground. Use your breath to open up your hips. And let's come back up and let's change the crossing of the legs. So this time the other leg is in front. Let's breathe in, reach our arms up. Breathe out, reach your arms forward. In this position, many of your chakras can activate. You can even picture roots coming from the base of your tailbone and your perineum and your feet right into the core of Mother Earth. You can take a deep breath into Mother Earth, and as you breathe out, feel Mother Earth's energy coming up your roots, coming up your feet, coming directly into your tailbone, your perineum, and all that beautiful Mother Earth energy is coming up through your entire body, nourishing every cell. With your hips opening, your third or your second chakra is also being activated and opening. The center of your joy, your creativity, your sexuality, your fertility, your abundance. We're bending at the waist, which also means we're activating that third chakra, the center of our confidence, our courage, our willpower. And our hearts, we're opening up our hearts. Let's come back up to a seated position. Let's raise our arms up to the sky as we breathe in. As we breathe out, bring your hands to your heart. Let's turn our bodies towards the short end of your mat, towards the top of the mat. Feet are down. Let's lean back on our sit bones. Your arms, your hands can either be underneath your thighs or alongside your shins. Or you can even reach your arms up for boat pose. You can choose to have your legs bent or straighten your legs. Use that core. You can either stay right here or come down to low boat, still trying to keep your legs and shoulders up off the ground. Breathe in, come back up. Breathe out, go a little bit lower. Come on back up. Let's actually change the breath pattern there. Let's breathe in as we come down. Breathe out as we come back up. That feels so much better. Thank you. Breathe in, come back down. Breathe out, come back up. One last time. Breathe in, come on down. Breathe out, come back up. Drop your feet down. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, come on down. Let's raise our legs up towards the sky. Allow the beautiful blood to come down from your feet, down your legs, and to bathe your organs. We're going to get a bit more core in here. So let's raise our shoulders and our head up off the mat. If it doesn't feel good for you, feel free to support your head with your hands. Otherwise, let's breathe out as we're pulsing. Come on down, relax your head and neck, allow your belly to rest. We're going to do that again, and it's going to be for the count of 10. Let's come back up and breathe out. Come on down. If that makes you feel lightheaded at all, please refrain from doing the breath out. You can just do pulsing as you're breathing normally. We can try that one more time. Come on up. And come on down. All right. Shoulders up off the ground. Can reach and grab onto your right leg as you drop your left leg down. If it doesn't feel good on your head and neck, then keep your head and neck right on the ground. And then let's switch legs. And switch. And switch. And switch. And again. And again. And again. Couple more times. Last time. Legs back up. Okay, excellent. Let's try to lift our hips up off the ground. You can have your hands on the mat and just gently pulse your hips up and down. And bring your hips up and down. Let's do that 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, bring those feet down. You can bring your feet at opposite edges of the mat. Arms can be out in a T. And let's gently, we're gonna bring so keeping your feet down, bring your legs over to the left and enjoy a really nice stretch there. You'll feel a nice stretch up the right side body. And then let's bring our knees over to the other side and feel a stretch up the left side body. And then let's do that again. And again to the other side. And back to the other side. And then one last time to the right. Bring your legs back to center. Bring your knees and your legs up to a tabletop position. Let's drop both the legs over to the left. And you can look over your right shoulder if that feels good for you. If you want to accentuate the stretch more, bring your top leg over your bottom leg. Let's bring our legs back to center. Let's drop our legs over to the right this time, looking over the left shoulder if that feels nice for you. And you can take that left leg and bring it over top of the bottom leg to accentuate the stretch. Enjoy that really nice twist. We're wringing out our organs anytime we're doing a twist. It's a beautiful detox. Make sure you drink lots of water today. Maybe even add some lemon to your water. Let's bring our legs back to center. And let's go into happy baby. Bringing those feet up towards the ceiling. Hands are on the outsides of the feet. Arms are on the inside of the legs. Your hands are drawing your feet and knees down towards the mat as your feet are trying to push your hands up towards the ceiling. You can even add a gentle rocking back and forth if your tailbone is flat on the mat and if that feels nice for you. And if you like, you can take turns straightening one leg and then the other. Just listen to those hamstrings. Do what feels nice for them today. If there's anything else your body needs before going into Shavasana, take those poses now. Or even if you want to put socks on or get a pillow or a blanket, now's the time to do that. Find the position that you'd like for Shavasana. Today, I'm going to be putting my feet together and allowing my knees to fall to the sides. So opening up that second chakra. Choose the hand positioning that feels best for you. Today, what I'm drawn to doing, because we've been having a third eye focus, is I want to take my hands in prayer and bring my thumbs to my third eye. But feel free to go in a position that feels best for you today. Breathing in and out through your nose. To quiet the mind, just pay attention to your breath. If there's still any tightness in any areas of your body, Send some breath to those areas. And as you breathe out, allow your body to fully relax into the mat. You can allow your breath to start to deepen. If you wish, you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes, reaching your arms above your head and your feet in the opposite direction. You can roll over to one side of your body into a nice fetal position, feeling safe and secure on your mat. At this point, we shouldn't have a care in the world. And congratulations for taking out this time for yourself, for this self-care. You do deserve this. In your own timing, with eyes closed or open, you can make your way to a seated position. Once seated, you can just take some time to pay attention to your body, tune in, and see how you feel in comparison to how you felt when we first started. You can bring your hands to prayer. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. May you have kind thoughts and intentions today. Bring your thumbs to your lips. May you speak words of kindness to yourself and to others. Bring your thumbs to your heart. May your heart be filled with love, joy, peace, and gratitude. From my light to your beautiful light, let's spread our light around the world as we bend forward and say, Namaste.